Part 4. Daniel woke early, feeling refreshed and ready. His recent interactions with Lyra gave him new energy and confidence. He quickly dressed and headed to the command center, eager to begin another day. When Daniel arrived, he found Lyra already hard at work, carefully reviewing data. She greeted him warmly with a brief smile. "Good morning, Daniel. We have important matters today." Daniel nodded, ready for action. Soon, they discovered alarming evidence of an enemy spy on board their ship. Lyra's face grew serious, her eyes sharp with concern. "We must find this spy immediately," she ordered. "Daniel, you will lead the search." Feeling honored by her trust, Daniel organized the crew swiftly. He reviewed logs, questioned crew members, and carefully checked security footage. Hours passed, but he remained determined, working closely with Lyra. Together, their teamwork was smooth and efficient. Finally, Daniel spotted something unusual on the footage, a crew member behaving suspiciously near critical systems. He quickly informed Lyra, and they went to confront the suspect. The spy resisted, trying to escape, but Daniel moved quickly, managing to subdue the enemy. Lyra watched with pride, grateful for Daniel's swift action. After securing the spy, Lyra thanked Daniel personally. "Your skills grow each day," she said warmly. "You have my complete trust." Daniel felt proud and deeply honored by her words. Their connection had never felt stronger. They ended the day, knowing their teamwork had kept the ship safe once more. Part 6. Following their recent victory, Daniel felt a deeper sense of belonging aboard the alien ship. His bond with Lyra had grown significantly, making every day feel rewarding. Still, he sensed the mystery remained behind her careful expressions. One evening, the ship received news of an important gathering among allied alien species. Daniel accompanied Lyra once again, honored to stand beside her. As they entered the grand hall filled with distinguished guests, Daniel felt excitement and nervousness. The event started warmly, filled with exchanges of respect among the gathered leaders. Daniel assisted Lyra, expertly translating and clarifying when necessary. His skill impressed many delegates. Suddenly, during a formal speech, a leader from a rival faction openly challenged Lyra, questioning the wisdom of their alliance with humans. The room fell silent, tension thickening quickly. Daniel's heart raced as he watched Lyra step forward calmly, speaking with confidence and strength. She defended their alliance powerfully, praising Daniel's contributions openly. "Officer Daniel Carter represents the best of humanity," Lyra declared firmly. "His bravery, wisdom, and honor have proven invaluable to our alliance." Her words brought a supportive murmur from the guests. The rival leader paused, reconsidering his challenge, clearly impressed by Lyra's conviction and Daniel's proven record. Later, alone with Daniel, Lyra turned to him with genuine warmth. "I meant every word, Daniel. You are a true partner." Daniel felt deeply touched. "It means the world coming from you." They shared a quiet moment, knowing their connection was deepening further. Daniel realized that beyond respect, a new feeling was beginning to grow between them, something powerful and genuine. Each day made him eager to see where their bond would lead, confident they would face every challenge together. Part 4. Daniel woke early the next morning, feeling happier and more confident than ever. His connection with Lyra was growing stronger, and his work aboard the alien ship felt increasingly meaningful. He arrived at the command center and found Lyra already waiting, discussing reports with Kara. Lyra greeted him warmly, something Daniel appreciated greatly. They began their day reviewing the recent sabotage attempts. It became clear they faced a deeper threat, possibly from a rival alien group opposed to the human-alien alliance. Daniel carefully managed the communications, ensuring everyone stayed informed and ready. Later, during a training exercise, Daniel impressed everyone with his skill and quick thinking. Even Lyra showed her approval openly, nodding with pride. Afterward, she approached him privately. "You are learning quickly, Daniel," Lyra said gently. "I'm proud of you." Daniel smiled, feeling deeply touched. "I learn from the best." That Afternoon, urgent news arrived of another enemy attack. Lyra swiftly ordered her crew to prepare defenses. Daniel felt a mixture of nerves and determination. He knew he had to be strong for his friends and Lyra. During the intense battle, Daniel proved vital once more, expertly coordinating communications and ensuring clear orders. Lyra's leadership guided them through the chaos, eventually driving the enemy away. When it ended, Daniel felt exhausted but proud. In the aftermath, Daniel noticed Lyra watching him closely, admiration evident in her eyes. She approached quietly, her voice gentle yet firm. "You were remarkable today," she praised sincerely. "Thank you, Lyra," Daniel responded warmly. Their bond deepened again, fueled by mutual respect and trust. Part 5. Days passed quietly after the battle, allowing the crew time to recover. Daniel enjoyed spending more relaxed moments with Lyra, learning about her culture and history. Their conversations became easier and more personal, building a deeper connection. One afternoon, the ship received an invitation to a celebration hosted by an allied alien species. Lyra chose Daniel to accompany her, making him feel both honored and nervous. He carefully prepared, wanting to represent humans well. The celebration was vibrant, filled with music, dancing, and laughter. Daniel watched in amazement, fascinated by the different cultures. Lyra stayed close, explaining customs and traditions to him patiently. Her presence made Daniel feel comfortable and secure. As they mingled, an elder alien approached, observing them thoughtfully. "Commander Lyra, your bond with this human is special. It brings hope to our alliance." Lyra glanced at Daniel, her eyes softening warmly. "Yes, he has become very important to me." Daniel felt his heart race, realizing the depth of her words. He smiled gently, grateful for her honesty. Later, as they enjoyed the feast, a sudden disruption occurred. An enemy spy had infiltrated the celebration. Panic spread quickly, but Lyra remained calm and decisive, swiftly organizing the guests into safety. Daniel reacted instinctively, locating and isolating the spy quickly. His brave actions helped prevent further danger. Lyra watched proudly as Daniel handled the situation expertly. Afterward, as the crisis passed, Lyra approached Daniel privately, her eyes filled with admiration. "Once again, you have proven yourself beyond measure." Daniel smiled, deeply touched. "I couldn't have done it without your guidance." They stood quietly together, the bond between them stronger than ever. Daniel felt certain their relationship was changing into something deeper and more meaningful. He cherished every moment they shared, eager for the future they were building together. Daniel Carter stepped onto the alien battleship for the first time, his eyes wide with amazement. Everything around him was new and strange. The corridors were tall and narrow, lit by a soft blue glow that made him feel like he was underwater. He could hear the low hum of the ship's engines and felt a gentle vibration beneath his feet. Daniel took a deep breath and straightened his uniform, determined to make a good impression. He had been chosen as a liaison officer, a link between humans and the powerful alien warriors known throughout the galaxy. Their commander was a female named Lyra. Daniel had heard stories about her strength and leadership, but nothing prepared him for the moment he first saw her. Lyra stood tall, easily a head taller than Daniel. Her skin was a pale shade of lavender, and her eyes glowed softly, deep, and intense. Her silver hair flowed smoothly over her shoulders. She wore dark, form-fitting armor that showed her strength and grace. Daniel felt a mixture of respect and intimidation. "Commander Lyra," Daniel said, stepping forward and giving a respectful nod. "I am Officer Daniel Carter. It's an honor to serve with you." Lyra looked at him briefly, her expression unreadable. She gave him a small nod but said nothing, quickly turning back to speak with one of her warriors. Daniel felt awkward, unsure of what he had done wrong. As the hours passed, Daniel did his best to fit in. He tried to learn the alien customs and language. He made sure to do everything perfectly, hoping to earn Lyra's respect. Yet no matter what he did, the commander barely noticed him. She spoke to him only when necessary, her words short and cold. Feeling confused, Daniel decided to focus on his work. His main task was to ensure clear communication between humans and aliens during missions. He studied their language carefully, spending long hours learning their ways. Occasionally, he would catch Lyra looking in his direction, but she always quickly turned away. One day, Daniel noticed something unusual. A group of warriors was gathered in the training area, practicing their combat skills. He watched from a distance, amazed by their speed and strength. Lyra was among them, her movements graceful and powerful. "Would you like to join, human?" A warrior named Kara asked, smiling slightly. Daniel hesitated, glancing nervously at Lyra. She ignored him completely, busy instructing others. "Yes, I would," Daniel replied, trying to sound confident. He stepped into the training area, picking up a practice weapon. Kara demonstrated the basics, showing him how to move and defend himself. Daniel learned quickly, impressing some warriors around him. Still, Lyra did not notice or show any reaction. At dinner that night, Daniel ate alone. He felt isolated, wishing he could understand why Lyra disliked him. Kara joined him briefly, offering friendly conversation, but soon had to leave. Daniel finished his meal quietly, feeling more lonely than ever. Days went by with no change. Daniel continued to perform his duties well, always respectful, always professional. Still, Lyra never softened her stance. He started to believe that perhaps it was simply the way she treated all humans, distant and cold. One evening, while working late, Daniel overheard two alien warriors discussing their commander. "It's unusual," one said quietly. "She rarely ignores new crew members like this." "True," the other replied. "Perhaps there's something special about him?" Daniel felt confused again, unsure what their conversation meant. He shook his head, deciding not to dwell on it. He had a job to do, and he would do it well, regardless of Lyra's attitude. As he walked back to his quarters, Daniel passed Lyra's office. The door was slightly open, and he heard her voice softly speaking to someone inside. "He's different," Lyra said, her tone low and serious. "I don't understand how to handle him yet." Daniel froze, his heart pounding. She was talking about him, but why did she sound uncertain? Confused, Daniel quietly moved away, trying to make sense of her words. Whatever her reason was for ignoring him, it seemed more complicated than he had imagined. That night, Daniel lay awake in his bed, thinking about Lyra's words. He knew there was more to her behavior than simple dislike. Perhaps there was something deeper he did not yet understand. Determined, he decided he would be patient. He would continue to do his best, hoping that eventually the commander would see him differently. Daniel closed his eyes, finally drifting to sleep, unaware of how his actions had already begun to change everything between him and the powerful alien commander. Part 4. Daniel woke early the next morning, feeling happier and more confident than ever. His connection with Lyra was growing stronger, and his work aboard the alien ship felt increasingly meaningful. He arrived at the command center and found Lyra already waiting, discussing reports with Kara. Lyra greeted him warmly, something Daniel appreciated greatly. They began their day reviewing the recent sabotage attempts. It became clear they faced a deeper threat, possibly from a rival alien group opposed to the human-alien alliance. Daniel carefully managed the communications, ensuring everyone stayed informed and ready. Later, during a training exercise, Daniel impressed everyone with his skill and quick thinking. Even Lyra showed her approval openly, nodding with pride. Afterward, she approached him privately. "You are learning quickly, Daniel," Lyra said gently. "I'm proud of you." Daniel smiled, feeling deeply touched. "I learn from the best." That afternoon, urgent news arrived of another enemy attack. Lyra swiftly ordered her crew to prepare defenses. Daniel felt a mixture of nerves and determination. He knew he had to be strong for his friends and Lyra. During the intense battle, Daniel proved vital once more. expertly coordinating communications and ensuring clear orders. Lyra's leadership guided them through the chaos, eventually driving the enemy away. When it ended, Daniel felt exhausted but proud. In the aftermath, Daniel noticed Lyra watching him closely, admiration evident in her eyes. She approached quietly, her voice gentle yet firm. "You were remarkable today," she praised sincerely. "Thank you, Lyra," Daniel responded warmly. Their bond deepened again, fueled by mutual respect and trust. Part 5. Days passed quietly after the battle, allowing the crew time to recover. Daniel enjoyed spending more relaxed moments with Lyra, learning about her culture and history. Their conversations became easier and more personal, building a deeper connection. One afternoon, the ship received an invitation to a celebration hosted by an allied alien species. Lyra chose Daniel to accompany her, making him feel both honored and nervous. He carefully prepared, wanting to represent humans well. The celebration was vibrant, filled with music, dancing, and laughter. Daniel watched in amazement, fascinated by the different cultures. Lyra stayed close, explaining customs and traditions to him patiently. Her presence made Daniel feel comfortable and secure. As they mingled, an elder alien approached, observing them thoughtfully. "Commander Lyra, your bond with this human is special. It brings hope to our alliance." Lyra glanced at Daniel, her eyes softening warmly. "Yes, he has become very important to me." Daniel felt his heart race, realizing the depth of her words. He smiled gently, grateful for her honesty. Later, as they enjoyed the feast, a sudden disruption occurred. An enemy spy had infiltrated the celebration. Panic spread quickly, but Lyra remained calm and decisive, swiftly organizing the guests into safety. Daniel reacted instinctively, locating and isolating the spy quickly. His brave actions helped prevent further danger. Lyra watched proudly as Daniel handled the situation expertly. Afterward, as the crisis passed, Lyra approached Daniel privately, her eyes filled with admiration. "Once again, you have proven yourself beyond measure." Daniel smiled, deeply touched. "I couldn't have done it without your guidance." They stood quietly together, the bond between them stronger than ever. Daniel felt certain their relationship was changing into something deeper and more meaningful. He cherished every moment they shared, eager for the future they were building together. Daniel began each new day with growing confidence and hope. His relationship with Lyra had greatly improved, and he felt welcomed aboard the alien battleship. Now he often found himself sharing meals with the crew, laughing at jokes, and learning more about their customs. Yet, the mystery around Lyra still fascinated him most. One morning, Daniel received an urgent message from Earth. A diplomatic team from his planet was coming to visit the battleship to strengthen the alliance between humans and the aliens. Daniel felt excited but nervous, knowing how important this meeting was. When he informed Lyra, she listened calmly, nodding thoughtfully. "We will prepare for their arrival. Your help will be crucial, Daniel." Daniel smiled confidently. "I'll do my best, Lyra." The days passed quickly, filled with preparations. Daniel worked closely with Lyra, enjoying her company and learning from her strategic mind. He admired her ability to handle stress calmly and with authority. Finally, the day of the diplomatic team's arrival came. Daniel stood with Lyra in the docking area, feeling anxious but ready. The doors opened, revealing the human representatives, led by a diplomat named Rebecca Adams. She smiled warmly, greeting Daniel first. "Officer Carter, it's wonderful to see you doing well," Rebecca said kindly. "Thank you, Ambassador Adams." Daniel replied politely, introducing her and the team to Lyra. Lyra greeted them with a graceful nod, her voice calm and steady. "Welcome aboard our ship. We look forward to strengthening our alliance." The visit began positively. Daniel guided the team through the ship, showing them various areas and explaining the aliens' customs. Lyra joined them occasionally, offering valuable insights. Her presence seemed to impress Rebecca and the others greatly. At dinner, the humans and aliens gathered together, The mood was friendly and open, and Daniel felt proud to have helped bring these two groups closer. As the meal progressed, Rebecca turned her attention to Lyra. "Commander Lyra, we greatly admire your leadership," Rebecca said sincerely. "Your partnership with Daniel has clearly been beneficial for both our peoples." Lyra glanced at Daniel, her eyes softening slightly. "Officer Carter has proven himself repeatedly. His courage and wisdom have earned him respect." Daniel felt warmth rise in his cheeks at her praise. Rebecca smiled knowingly, sensing a deeper connection between them. Later, that evening, Daniel found himself alone with Lyra in a quiet part of the ship. They stood together, watching the stars again, a familiar and comforting scene. "Today went well," Daniel said gently. "Thank you for your support." Lyra nodded slowly, looking thoughtful. "Our alliance grows stronger each day because of you, Daniel." He smiled, feeling deeply touched. "It's a team effort, Lyra." "Indeed," she agreed softly. "But your part has been essential." They fell into a comfortable silence, enjoying the peaceful moment. Daniel felt his heart race slightly, aware of how close they had become. Suddenly, alarms blared loudly, breaking the calm. Daniel and Lyra reacted instantly, racing to the command center. The screen showed an enemy fleet rapidly approaching, weapons charged. "Battle stations," Lyra commanded firmly, taking control. "Daniel, ensure the safety of the diplomatic team." Daniel moved quickly, guiding the human visitors to a safe area. Rebecca watched him anxiously. "Will we be safe, Officer Carter?" Daniel reassured her calmly. "We have an excellent commander. Trust her leadership." Back in the command center, Lyra swiftly organized the crew. The ship shook violently as enemy fire hit their shields. Daniel returned to assist, managing the communication systems efficiently. "Damage report," Lyra ordered sharply. "Shields weakening," Kara replied urgently. "We need an immediate counterattack." Lyra's decisions were rapid and strategic. She ordered a bold move, maneuvering their ship expertly. Daniel relayed messages quickly, ensuring precise coordination among all crew members. His trust in Lyra grew even stronger as he watched her lead fearlessly. Gradually, the tide turned in their favor. Enemy ships retreated, damaged and defeated. A relieved cheer rose from the crew as Lyra calmly announced victory. After the battle, Daniel joined Lyra privately. "Your leadership saved us all," he said sincerely. She looked at him quietly, her expression soft and grateful. "And your courage helped make our victory possible." Daniel smiled warmly. They stood quietly, feeling their bond deepen even further. For Daniel, each day now brought new trust, respect, and admiration for Lyra. Later, as Daniel escorted Rebecca and her team back to their shuttle, Rebecca paused, smiling knowingly at him. "Your commander respects you deeply, Daniel." "Perhaps even more," Daniel blushed slightly, smiling back. "She's a remarkable leader. I'm lucky to serve under her." Rebecca nodded, clearly understanding the depth of his feelings. "Take care." "Officer Carter." Daniel watched them leave, reflecting on Rebecca's words. His feelings for Lyra were growing stronger each day. He knew their connection was special, rooted in respect, trust, and perhaps something more profound. Walking back to his quarters, Daniel felt happier and more hopeful than ever. He was eager to face whatever challenges lay ahead, confident that he and Lyra would face them together, growing closer with each passing moment. The following morning, Daniel woke feeling more hopeful. The events of the previous evening replayed in his mind as he dressed and headed to his duties. He wondered if Lyra's behavior toward him would continue to change or return to her usual distant manner. As Daniel entered the command center, Lyra was already present, reviewing the daily reports. She glanced up briefly when he entered, giving him a small, polite nod. Daniel returned the nod with a respectful smile, then took his station to begin his work. Throughout the morning, Daniel was busy coordinating communication between humans and aliens. He noticed Lyra occasionally glancing his way, her expression thoughtful yet unreadable. He focused on his tasks, determined to remain professional. At midday, a message arrived from a nearby neutral planet requesting urgent diplomatic assistance. Daniel informed Lyra immediately. She carefully read the message, then turned to Daniel. "Prepare for immediate departure," she ordered clearly. "You will accompany me." Surprised, Daniel nodded quickly. "Yes, Commander." He quickly gathered his supplies, excited about the chance to prove himself further. The journey to the planet was short but tense. Daniel and Lyra traveled alone, in a smaller shuttle, making communication between them necessary. Initially, the silence was heavy, neither sure what to say. Finally, Daniel spoke carefully. "Commander, may I ask a question?" Lyra hesitated, then nodded slightly. "Go ahead." "Why have you kept your distance?" Daniel asked gently. "Have I done something wrong?" Lyra looked at him, her eyes serious. "You have done nothing wrong," she answered quietly. "It is my own uncertainty. Humans are difficult for me to understand." Daniel smiled softly. "We feel the same about your people. Perhaps we just need more time to learn from each other." Lyra nodded, visibly relieved. "Perhaps." They arrived soon after, landing on the planet's surface smoothly. The meeting place was an impressive structure made of polished stone. Inside, the neutral aliens awaited them, clearly worried. Daniel quickly realized how tense the diplomatic situation was. Lyra took charge immediately, speaking calmly and clearly. Daniel admired her strength and diplomacy. He provided translations and clarification when needed, ensuring that communication flowed smoothly. As discussions progressed, Daniel carefully observed Lyra. Her voice was confident, yet respectful. Her words were wise, easing the tension among all present. Daniel found himself proud to serve beside her. The negotiations lasted several hours. Finally, agreements were reached, and the atmosphere became lighter. The neutral aliens thanked Lyra warmly, praising her wisdom and fairness. They also praised Daniel for his clear communication, surprising him pleasantly as they walked back to their shuttle. Lyra paused, turning toward Daniel. "You did well today, Officer Carter. Your skill helped greatly." Daniel felt warmth fill his chest. "Thank you, Commander. It means a lot to hear that from you." They returned to the battleship, their relationship noticeably warmer. Daniel felt a growing sense of trust between them. Back on the ship, other crew members seemed to notice the change, smiling knowingly at Daniel. Days passed peacefully, filled with routine duties and growing respect between Daniel and Lyra. They spent more time together, discussing work and occasionally sharing personal insights. Daniel began understanding the alien culture better, learning the meaning behind Lyra's actions and words. One afternoon, while reviewing reports, Daniel found an error. Concerned, he quickly approached Lyra's office, knocking respectfully. "Enter," Lyra called calmly. Daniel stepped inside, noticing how she seemed more relaxed now. "Commander, I found something unusual in the reports. It could be important." Lyra took the report, studying it closely. Her expression became serious. "You are correct. We must investigate immediately." "Good work, Daniel." Daniel blinked in surprise, hearing her use his first name for the first time. "Thank you, Commander." They swiftly launched an investigation, discovering hidden sabotage by an unknown enemy. With Daniel's careful attention and Lyra's swift decisions, they quickly resolved the problem, protecting the ship from danger. That evening, Daniel found himself again in the observation deck, gazing thoughtfully at the stars. He felt peaceful, enjoying the quiet moment. Soon, familiar footsteps approached, and he smiled softly. "Commander," he greeted gently, turning to see Lyra joining him. "Daniel," she responded, using his name again easily. They stood side by side, quietly looking out into space. "You have proven yourself many times now," Lyra said quietly after a while. "I no longer doubt my judgment of you." Daniel felt warmth fill his chest again. "That means a lot, Commander." She turned slightly, meeting his gaze directly. Her eyes held genuine warmth. "Perhaps it is time you call me Lyra." Daniel nodded slowly, smiling warmly. "I would like that very much, Lyra." They stood together quietly for a while longer. both feeling that an important bridge had finally been built between their two cultures. Daniel felt hopeful and happy, knowing that their relationship was becoming something special, unique, and strong.